Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the ability of developing the skill of selecting offers. So what do I mean by that? Selecting offers. Bear with me one second. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so basically everybody knows that when they work DoorDash, Grubhub, Walmart, Sparks. Oh, by the way, if you like my channel, leave me 2 likes, 2 thumbs ups. I'm trying to do my best to get as much content out here about the gig world in reality, no fluff, and letting you guys basically know whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's indifferent out here in the world. So basically, if you're doing DoorDash, if you're doing Grubhub, if you're doing Walmart Sparks, this is great for you guys. And I want to be able to give you the opportunity to be selective. What do I mean by selectivity? I mean that you have to be able to balance between time and selecting. For instance, I work roughly 40 hours a week doing my deliveries, okay? Out of the 40 hours that I work doing my deliveries, 50% of all the work that I do is basically decline crappy offers. That's what I do all day. I go out, pick up a delivery, stop, decline, next, rinse, repeat. Some offers that come here are not even worth your time. Okay. I'm sure that if anybody out there rides for Uber or drives for Ubers, they've heard those horror stories about $2 for 10 miles, $3 for 15 miles, those kind of things. And what you have to understand is that those are not going to make you money. So what you have to do is you have to learn how to balance time. Okay, like how much time do you have to work? If you're gonna be hyper selected, and I am like the most hyper selective person ever. Like I literally will not take deliveries that I don't feel are worth it for me. Like for Walmart Sparks, I will not take shopper offers because they're basically the same price as curbside. Why am I going to work harder for? I don't like shopping. So I would rather have them do all the work and bring it out to the car. With DoorDash, I make sure to stay away from offers that are $2, $3. They're crap. You're not going to make money with that, okay? But in order to do that, you have to have the time to decline. You have to have the time to be picky. Basically, you're cherry picking, okay? So if you know that you're going to be out here for 8 hours, gauge the fact that if you're going to be hyper selective and not drive so much for low pay, then you got to understand that most of the times, at least 50% of the times, you're going to be declining a lot of bad offers. Okay. That's just the nature of the beast. Okay. DoorDash is very infamous for that. They send a lot of garbage offers. And, I don't take those. My acceptance rate is like zero. Okay. Because I'm not going to take offers that are crappy. It's not worth my time and not worth the gas and the wear and tear on my car. But I balance it, again, multi-app, between Walmart Sparks. So when I have some from Walmart Sparks that's better than DoorDash, I will take that because it's better pay and better miles. Okay. And with me being very hyper selective, since I have a very huge market, there are stores that I won't go to because sometimes you have to be able to do most of the packing of the bags, and I won't do that. So I'll lean more towards stores that I know that do all the service for me instead and take those. Again, it's based on your market and it's based on how many Walmarts you have in your area, how many restaurants you have in your area. When you're being hyper selective, it will affect your pay, but you can't just go on how much you want to make per hour, because if they're throwing all these offers at you and you're constantly taking all these offers like an Amazon driver constantly driving all the time, you're not going to make as much money, okay? Because because these offers all vary. Look, for instance, let's take this for consideration. This right here, 668 for 6 miles, okay? I won't take that. If it was 2 miles, yeah, I'll take it. But for 6.2 miles, do you know how long that 6.2 miles is for that very low pay? And then you got to go to the restaurant and hope to God that it's ready for that low pay. All right. So you got to be careful And you also have to learn how to balance time against selectivity. So you know that if you're going to be out here for 8 hours, 50%, and you're going to be very hyper selective, 50% of the stuff they're going to send you is going to be garbage. So you got to be able to decline until you find the right one. Decline until you find the right one. Decline until you find the right one. It's a rhythm that you develop over time. It's almost subconscious if you think about it. Like I'll look at it and I'll say, Anna, see, here's another one. Okay, now think about the miles, okay? 1275 for 12.4 miles. Do you know how long 12.4 miles is? That's a lot of driving, okay? Now, if that was for, say, 3 miles or 4 miles, that's worth it. That's common sense, okay? That's why, boom, decline, okay? So I'm looking at the hour, and I'm just sitting here, just constantly declining offers until I get one that's good. But I also have Walmart Sparks on. I'm looking around. I'm waiting for some from Walmart Sparks. Lately, Walmart Sparks right now in the fall has been leaning more towards at night. So more like in the afternoon into the nighttime. Okay, so if you're working Walmart Sparks, lean more towards in the afternoon into the night. Every market is totally different. But I put in 40 hours a week because I have to decline a lot of bad offers, okay? And trust me, there's a lot of them out here that are bad. Again, 1050 for 12.2 miles. That's very low. It's not worth it, you know? It's good for them, but not for you, okay? So you got to decline. My acceptance rate is in the garbage, but that's okay because they don't knock you off the app for having a very low acceptance rate. Okay? And they know they're not dumb. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing. Okay? Most people don't even get it. Most people just take it and they drive these long ass miles thinking that they're making money, but in reality, they're not. Whereas me, I've been doing this for over 7 years. I just sit in my car and I just wait. And I decline the shit out of everything until I find something that's more plausible and more doable for me to friggin' take. I mean, I'm sorry. That's the way I work. Okay? I'm not going to kill myself for low pay. I'm not going to kill myself for driving so many hours for low pay. No. There are ways to do this where if you use your head and you think and you calculate and you say, okay, I'm going to work 8 hours. Why am I going to work 8 hours? Because I know 50% of the stuff I'm going to take is going to be garbage. So I got to keep decline. You keep your mind distracted. Okay, you keep looking for jobs, or you keep watching YouTube, or you keep doing this. You keep anything that distracts your mind. Okay, so that when you're sitting here and you're bored and you got nothing to do, it's really not your fault. Because sometimes your mind will work against you, and you'll start to think, "Oh my God, I'm wasting my time." No, it's part of the process. Okay, believe it or not, you have to be in control of your emotions. You can't let yourself get beaten up every time you're sitting there declining bad offers. It takes time. It also depends on the time frames that you work. For instance, if you work from 11 to 2, which is the lunchtime area, it's going to be a lot faster and a lot quicker than working in the afternoon or in, between 2 and 4 or 2 and 5. So you got to be able to pick your battles. You got to be able to know that if you're going to be out here and you're not going to take every offer and you're only going to take offers that are worth it for you, like $10 for 2 miles, $10 for 5 miles, $10 for 3 miles. That's just a pure example of that, okay? Those are the ones you're going to take because those are better for you. Trust me, this is a business. DoorDash is not some evil empire. Or Walmart Sparks is not an evil empire. The reason why your acceptance rate, they won't knock you off the app because you have a 0 acceptance rate, is because they're working an algorithm, okay? They're working their odds. You have to work yours and develop a system and a process that I've developed over 7 years for myself that works for me. You have to figure that out in your market. Hopefully, every time I do these videos, you're taking a little bit of piece of knowledge to help you. But you have to sit there and you got to develop a system and a process to know how to decline certain offers, get out there, make the money, see how you go from week to week. Every single week is going to be different, okay? If you work a standard 40 hours a week and you're not used to getting, variable income, you're going to have to get used to it with this because every week is totally different. One week you can make more money working 40 hours. Another week you can make less money working 40 hours. Okay? Or 35 hours. It all depends on your market. Only you know your market. So I hope you got some value out of this channel today. And again, just be selective. Don't be afraid of the acceptance rate. Okay? Everybody's got to do what they got to do for themselves. The big companies are doing it, and so do you. Have a great day, and I hope you like this video, and leave me 2 thumbs up. Have a great day.